Hi, and welcome to Avengers Assemble. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm David.
And today we're going to be talking the Endgame.
That's great too.
I keep forgetting that this guy's always in the background.
Hi guys.
He's like, he was snapped out of existence. He's stuck in the quantum realm.
He wasn't
I don't
decimated.
know.
I'm like the side dude on like the night show.
What?
Yeah, like,
like each guy has like the
producer,
side
they
dude.
have the dude with the headset that's on the side.
Yeah, and then sometimes like Ellen likes to use hers like a lot.
Yeah.
It's just the guy behind the camera that's like directing everything. But like he's like kind of a character in a way, just because he's like people
There.
refer to him and stuff.
He's there.
He's there.
I'm
He's the
completely
dude
lost,
who is
but
there.
okay.
Hi. Cap, got incoming. Incoming already.
Get killed.
Walk it off. If you step out that door, you are an Avenger.
And you know who else was there in the trailer? Robert Downey Jr. He started the trailer off all by himself, lonesome in space.
He grabs his Iron Man helmet and he's like, to be or not to be, not kidding.
That is the question.
Does anybody honestly think that he's by himself though?
No.
No, he's with Nova.
Nebula.
Nebula.
Yeah, she's in the shot later on too. If you look later on, she's still inside the same ship. It's
They just time it different so it doesn't give
It's
off.
the bird thing.
Guardians of the Galaxy
The
ship.
vertebrae.
That's something like that.
And
It's
I
their
will
second
be very
ship.
upset when they
Right?
Yeah, it's the second one.
Because the first one destroyed in Guardians 2.
in Guardians 1.
Guardians 1?
Oh no,
The
Guardians.
first one
They-
was destroyed in the second one.
Yeah, Guardians 2.
Then they get a
right,
second
right
one.
before they meet Ego.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I just remember Drax like, with the rope just flying. In
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
insane.
that one was pretty
I was
funny.
like, what is going on?
Do you think that any of the Guardians are coming back in this movie?
I believe every Guardian will come back.
Except for Gamora? Or do you think she'll come back too?
I think every Guardian will come back.
I don't think Gamora's coming back.
I think she'll be the first one back.
A soul for a soul, sir. I think she's coming back.
We'll see.
And I think Thanos will be replacing her.
I would.
I don't.
Because think about if the scenario changes, right? Gamora still cares about Thanos too, and still loves Thanos, right?
No.
Yeah, she does.
No.
She hates his ass.
Well, then how come she was upset when she killed him?
She was
That's
like relieved.
The whole test.
It was
That's
tears
the whole
of
test in
relief.
Avengers Infinity War.
Tears of relief.
I think you may be onto something up until that point. But I think once it becomes captured and she sees Nebula being tortured and she's laughing at him while on what's the name of this planet?
Vormir.
Vormir. She's like laughing at him, saying like, "Oh, you can't complete it now."
Because
Like,
you don't love anybody.
right, and so I don't necessarily think that she loves him at that point.
I felt like she did when they were in the Collector, with the Collector.
I think that was a turn.
That was the whole test for her, for him on her. Hey, I'm gonna let her kill me in this alternate reality using the Reality Stone.
just to see if she's all about it.
Yeah, and then when she does it, I'm gonna see her reaction to it. If I say, "Why, daughter?" and then all of a sudden she starts bursting into tears, it was an emotional response from her.
Well, the
like,
talk.
Is she
Yeah.
super upset afterwards that he's still alive? Hell yeah, she's still upset. And of course, by the point that we get to Vormir, she's really pissed at him. But like, if you would have gone through that progression and she realized that but had the chance to, I think that she'd still kill him. Push him off the cliff instead. Like, if she had the sudden realization that in the moment that she, like, let's say that the snap never happens and they go back to that exact moment, right? And all of a sudden, because there's supposedly a lot of time jumping in this movie is what I've been hearing. Have you guys been hearing similar?
I've heard similar rumors.
I think if there's time jumping in Captain Marvel, there's not going to be time jumping in Endgame. I don't think they're going to do the same thing in like 2 different movies.
But I don't think they're necessarily going to be doing time jumping.
There might be a little bit, like, if they have to, like, fight Thanos again, and if he has his powers again somehow.
Oh, they're first team All American fighting Thanos again, like 10 out of 10. But
I think there's going to be a lot of like twists. Like I think there's going to be some stuff that's like unexpected in
Like the
Endgame.
Celestials being involved, possibly?
Yeah, like the Celestials,
think so.
or like even like Galactus coming in, and then Thanos has to like join with the Avengers and like crazy shit like that.
Well, Would it be even cooler though if they end up just leaving it with a cliffhanger, and then that's what Spider-Man: Far From Home is dealing with?
Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of unexpected stuff in it. Like Captain Marvel's been pretty easy to predict, but I think Endgame's going to be like really hard to predict.
So
They have everywhere to go.
Yeah,
They have
could do
everywhere to
anything
go.
with
They're
it.
not trapped in yellow tape like Captain Marvel is. Captain Marvel is literally trapped in a time.
Yeah,
spot
and this is
where
like
it's,
this
really
is like the
hard.
first Marvel film that you can't predict based on casting. Before, it's been like a good almost 100% of the actors. Like we know what movies are going to be in after this, so there's no plot surprises on that front. But this time, there's only like one or two like
And
actors that we know are going to
realistically,
be in the other ones.
We know that the Guardians of the Galaxy could be holding out too on their contracts because of the drop of what's his name, the director.
James Gunn.
James Gunn. When he got let go by Disney, they kind of were upset, and I heard that Drax is possibly not coming back.
Dave.
Dave Bautista, and then also there's been rumors that even Chris Pratt might not come back.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So-
I would be okay with the Guardians getting switched up. I feel like at this point, like they were cool when it first came out because they were so low key, but now they've already become meta, and now they no longer have that same purpose that they originally had.
I feel like if they had Rocket and Groot still, they're cool.
Yeah, honestly,
Pretty much as long as they have those two characters,
exactly,
the Guardians are still there.
exactly.
But if they're gonna even change up one character of the Guardians, I would rather just that person be killed off. You know what I mean? Like
That's what I'm hoping is
Yeah.
that those guys that got snapped out of existence, other than Groot, because Groot grows back, and so there's that possibility that he could always come back still
well, and part of him is still existing in
in the handle. Yeah.
Yeah. in
Well,
Stormbreaker.
I don't think do you actually see the handle after the snap? I wonder if
No, you don't.
it could just be like the metal.
Well, but at the same time, you don't
Like
see
it'll-
the hammer either. Like because he snaps and then he
And you don't see
Go-
the
falls
hammer in
back.
the trailer at all. You don't see
Right.
the hammer in that trailer
but,
at all.
But they're not gonna like think about all the time that they put into Thor constructing this hammer, just for it to come in for 10 seconds and to fail. So this is not
It
the last we're
didn't
gonna see
fail.
Stormbreaker.
It didn't fail.
It didn't stop Thanos.
He
it's-
stabbed him with it,
that
right?
was
Yeah.
that was Thor's choice, though. It wasn't the fact that the Stormbreaker didn't do his job. It was the fact that Thor didn't do his job. He should have aimed for the head, just like
Right.
Thanos said.
But and I'm not talking about in the terms of actuality. I'm talking about in the terms of storytelling.
No, that's what they literally say is the whole thing. That's what both Russo brothers have said in every interview.
I would be shocked if Stormbreaker was not in this next movie. Like even like losing the handle that was Groot. Even
Well, there's-
losing that, I'd be shocked.
There's no mythical thing like it has to have a handle or it won't work. He'll have the hammer thing and he can just put a hilt in it. The only reason why Groot had to act fast and put his hand into it was because it was like cooling down and they had to put a hilt into it or it wouldn't be ready to go.
True.
Do you see any of the OG Avengers making it out alive? Like, out of the 6 OG Avengers remaining,
I could see Iron Man keep going. I feel like Robert Downey Jr. has been like refreshed by this, and I think he'll keep being Iron Man.
you think so?
I thought so too, and I also think that Mark Ruffalo could reprise his role too.
Mark Ruffalo he'd be down to do more.
Yeah, I think that he'd be perfect.
Pretty much
for
the only
moving
person
on
that's
in the
like-
Cosmic Universe too.
Pretty much the only person that's not. He's kind of like leaning like, oh, I want to do something else. Is Steve
Chris
Rogers,
Evans.
yeah,
Chris
which makes
Evans.
sense, and that's
That's
fine.
it.
That's fine. And I don't think he necessarily needs a replacement. I don't think we need like another Captain America. Like, I feel like Falcon and the Winter Soldier are just gonna be Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They're not gonna.
That'd be cool for a team-up movie.
Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
That would
kinda
be.
cool.
That would be really cool.
Falcon could just fly the Winter Soldier around and just drop him on people.
And then him rip him apart with the metal arm.
Yeah, and then you can pick him back up and they just move on. That's the entire movie.
That
There's
would
not even a
actually
plot.
be- you know what would be a touching ending to Endgame? And this is just me kind of spitballing, but if this ends up happening at the end, I'm just gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh so hard in the theater, even though this is gonna be such a touching moment. As if Tony, after Steve sacrifices himself for him, hands the shield to Bucky. After everything that happened in Civil War, after everything that went on, for him
That
to
would be
basically,
Iron Man's like.
handing over the shield to him and saying, "Look, I understand how much you meant to you. and gave him the shield.
And having it specifically be Tony too it would have to be him.
It has to be Tony at that point. If someone's going to give the shield to somebody else, it has to be Tony giving their shield up now.
Or Steve giving it to someone before he dies.
I think the first thing, there's going to be two memorable moments of the shield. It's going to be the first one is when Tony gives it back to Cap after he comes back to Earth. That's going to be something that's going to happen. And then later on in the movie, I could see that happening, like after Steve's dead.
I could see that almost happening as like an end credit thing. And like how it could work is after the big final battle in Endgame, like the Winter Soldier, his arm gets like destroyed again, so he has to go back to Wakanda, and he's recovering in Wakanda again, and then Tony visits him in Wakanda and like hands him the shield.
That would be pretty epic.
Yeah, and then maybe even like him and Piper, right? Pepper
Potts.
I'm thinking Orange is the New Black. But Pepper, I think Iron Man and Pepper like will either split up.
No.
Or they
Negative,
won't.
Negative. I am
You don't
saying
think?
negative.
Yeah.
I'm saying that.
I think that's going to be like a part of it. Yeah.
I'm saying that Tony's coming back to a kid. I would put the over/under on this too at about 70%.
But
What if they pull a full on Dragon Ball and with the time stuff, like his kid's like already an adult somehow because of like the time
There's definitely
warping?
a chance of that because I've already heard rumors.
And then he's the new Iron Man,
of
Steel
Piper,
Man.
not Piper, Pepper.
Pepper,
He
Fiddle,
totally
fucker.
just did that to me. To becoming rescue and going around and like basically saving people in Iron Man armor. And then there's a lot of rumors that are going on right now though. So we'll comb through it. We'll get back to you guys in another video. And there's plenty to talk about with this particular topic.
Yeah.
Avengers Endgame is not the end game of this discussion. Is basically what we're trying to say.
oh no, there's so much more that we can go over, like the BARF technology.
Well, he technically didn't get past figuring out what the ship's name was. Like, we didn't get past that into the trailer.
No.
Like, my next question, like, 10 minutes
That's
ago
true.
was going to be, like, how is he going to get rescued? And then moving on to, like, oh, yeah.
Like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below.
What do you feel like?
Ask us something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for this.
Martha!
Everyone's mother needs to change her name, Martha.
Hi.